I had intense back surgery, and it was the type of surgery where they cut into my back about 4 inches deep, and it was a very, 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 very painful surgery. I wouldn't have done it could I have, if there were a way that I was able to avoid it, because in reality, the pain before the surgery was so bad that I finally got to a point that I said, okay, you can do it. I wasn't anxious to be cut on. I had never been cut on in my life, and I thought that God had called me to protect mama's baby. And I was trying to do that. But when I found myself in DC, in my hotel room, and my back was hurting so bad that I fell in a glass table and shattered it, I finally said, okay, it's time to get this done. They cut my back open, did the surgery, and I told you how I got up and started walking. And my family hates when I get sick. All of my kids get mad. My wife gets upset because I am the worst patient in the world. I am just terrible. I will not sit down. I will not do what I'm supposed to do or what they tell me to do. I just won't do it. I think that the disease is something that I should fight. And so I start fighting and kicking and punching at it, and my kids get mad and walk out if they try to baby me, because I'm determined to get up and, do what I can do. And I started preaching quickly, and I was preaching, and for about almost 2 years after my surgery, 2 years or better, every Sunday morning I preached. Every day I lived, I was in pain. Not every Sunday, every day I was in pain, but I kept on moving. On Sunday mornings when they would come to get me, early in the mornings was when it was worse, because my back was still stiff from sleeping that night. To bend my head while I lift my knee to get in the car would send such pain up my body that it was riveting. And so all of the guys who come to pick me up got in the habit of coming around and easing my head down to help me get in the car. Hopefully I didn't act like I was hurting in front of you, but I was dealing with that kind of pain every day. Sometimes walking across the stage to come to the platform was so excruciating that everybody who knew me well tensed up, because that kind of pain was residual. I don't have it now. The Lord has blessed me and brought me beyond it, but I went through all of that. I say that as a preface because there is a whole system whereby now when they come to pick me up, they still do like they did when my back was hurting. They come around to the car, they did it this morning, and helped me in the car, and I always resist it, because when you get help that you don't need, it is debilitating. They'll get ready to help me get down the steps, and I can run up and down these steps now. I'm good. I'm good. I feel fine. I feel like I did when I was 29, almost. If I'm not sure I can remember 29, but if I'm asleep, let me sleep. But I want you to see that systems can be put in place at one stage in your life that are helpful at one point, that become detrimental at another, because if you allow people to help you do what you can do by yourself, their love will incapacitate you and limit you and cause you to become dysfunctional.
This is the Potter's Touch.
Greetings, brothers and sisters. In the name of Christ our King, I'm excited to have the opportunity to share the word of the Lord with you. We've been embarking on a journey together from the beginning of the year, from the message Exceptionalism. The series is profound, it is powerful, and it is quite provocative. I want to take you into the next dimension of this series as we share a powerful message that really inundated our church with such a powerful and profound response that I had to share it with you. The message is called, I Got This. Take a look at this. It'll bless you. Somebody say, I got this. In our text this morning, we are dealing with Jesus, and the Bible said that Jesus has come down to Capernaum. So the first thing I want to talk about is his relationship with Capernaum. This is the place that has become his headquarters. This is the place that he works from. He was born in Bethlehem. He has now set up residence in Capernaum. You will see in the Synoptic Gospels over and over again a reference to Capernaum, because Capernaum was the place where Jesus performed miracle after miracle after miracle. He showed himself strong, and he showed himself relevant, and he showed himself as being powerful, and he always came back to Capernaum. And the reason I want to start this teaching today with his relationship with Capernaum, because he has poured so much into this city and came to be a leader, a spiritual leader in a city that after all of the miracles that he has done in this city, Capernaum saw them and still did not believe on him. He ends up cursing Capernaum because he, as a spiritual head, has come into Capernaum and invested so much and seen so little. There is nothing worse than investing a whole lot and seeing so little. He has come as a spiritual head and a spiritual leader to perform miracles in Capernaum, and they let him do it. They let him do miracle after miracle after miracle, but they were so pious and so religious and so self-righteous that they couldn't receive what he had. Sometimes religious people are the most dangerous people to lead because they have so much criteria that you have to stand up to before they will receive what you've got to say. They love the principles more than they love the prince. And Jesus had to struggle with all of their religious notions and all of their ideologies because Jesus was radical. He was out of the box. He didn't fit into their idea of what the Messiah ought to be like. And they tried him and basically rejected him, choosing to hold on to their images of God rather than the reality of God. They walked away from the reality and held on to the image and missed the moment and end up cursed. The reason I want you to understand about Jesus' relationship with Capernaum, because I think it is so ironic that it is in this same city where they have rejected his leadership that we are studying a man who is a paralytic. So I want to move from the relationship that Jesus has with Capernaum to the individual in Capernaum who is paralytic. When the Bible says either sickle palsy or that he's paralytic, you focus on the fact that his body does not move. But I want you to think deeper than the fact that the body doesn't move, because your body cannot be moving right now. That doesn't make you a paralytic. It is not the fact that his body doesn't move. It is the fact that his body doesn't obey his head. That is the great takeaway point, and that is the point of synergistic thought between the relationship between Jesus and Capernaum and this man's physical condition, because he is a paralytic only because when his head sends a signal, his body does not respond. This man is then physically what the city is spiritually. Are you with me? Because Jesus as the head is sending a signal to a city that does not respond to the head. So the paralytic man is a physical picture of the paralytic city who rejects the signals from his head. Let's look a little deeper into this paralytic man's relationship with his body, because here lies the problem. His head is saying something that his body will not do. Let's see what we can get out of that. How many times have you made a decision that you didn't keep? How many times have you made a vow and broke it? How many times has your head said something that didn't reflect in your body? How many times have you prayed a prayer and made a covenant with God and went out and broke it? Or made a promise to yourself and broke it, or made a promise to your wife and broke it, or made a promise to your kids and broke it? How many times has your head said something that your body didn't act out? If you can relate to that, then maybe you are the man on the mat. The man would not be on the mat, or I think King James called it a bed. He wouldn't have been on the bed if things were working. What systems have we put in place for the things that don't work right? These systems and structures are the things that we do to compensate for the things that don't work. There are all kinds of things that people build into their lives to compensate for their inabilities, or overcompensate, or go overboard, trying to distract you from the fact that I'm really not good at this. I razzle-dazzle you about that because I don't want you to see that over here I'm not so suchy much. These little mats we lie in, these little systems we put in place, these little situations that we build around ourselves to cover for our incapacities, never confronting what's wrong, we comfort what's wrong. Oh, I'm preaching better than you're amening. We don't confront what's wrong, we comfort what's wrong. We make a bed for it, we make a pallet for it, we make an excuse for it. We have a list of rules not to challenge our limitations, and so we are not growing. We are not growing because if there's nothing wrong with his head, there's something wrong with his body. His body is not responding to what the head is saying, and in order to survive, we make these systems to compensate for our weaknesses and our willfulness, and all of a sudden we find ourselves laying in a bed that we built to compensate for what doesn't work. We won't confront the issue in the house, we make a bed for it. Oh, you sit there, I'm gonna get to you in a minute. When I get through, I'm coming right up your street. We won't face the challenge of being a better father or a better husband or a better wife or a better business person or handling our money better or doing whatever we got to do. No. We make a bed for it. We make a bed for all the things that don't work right. We make allowances for it. We don't have husbands, but we've got uncles that sleep over. We make a bed for it. Sit there. No, the longer you're quiet, the deeper I'm gonna dig. You're gonna learn to shout quick, because if you don't shout quick, that makes me dig deeper. How many beds have you made for the things you won't confront?
Still to come on The Potter's Touch.
Please, I beg you, don't take a title you're not gonna do. Don't be a wife if you're not gonna be married. Don't be a mama if you're not gonna be a mama. Don't get married if you're not gonna be a husband. Don't sign up and then be paralyzed. Don't start a business if you're not gonna work it. Don't take a job if you're not gonna do it. And don't volunteer for stuff if you're not gonna show up. We don't need paralyzed people taking up space. I don't care what the stats say about you, and I don't even care what the doctor says about you. There are always exceptions to the rule.
Break the curse of ordinary over your life and experience the exceptional calling God has for you.
Anytime exceptional people dwell in the midst of ordinary thinking people, there's always going to be conflict. Don't try to get along with people who think ordinary. God made you to think exceptional.
For helping us reach others with your gift of any size, you will receive You Are Exceptional on CD. Just visit our website or call 1-800-BISHOP-2.
I will not live up to some dead reputation. I am exceptional, a trendsetter, a rule breaker.
And when your gift is $70 or more, we will give you both messages from Exceptionalism on DVD. However, when your gift is $125 or more, we will also add the Be Still Journal and mug. Get ready to experience the exceptional today.
How many beds have you made for the things you won't confront? For the way that you handle money, for where you could have been in your life and in your career, for the souls you should have won, for the people that should know Jesus in your life, but because they know your temper better than they know your Jesus, you still can come to church and get your shout in. You don't feel convicted because you made a bed for it. Anytime you make a bed for it, you get comfortable in your incapacities, and you never challenge yourself to be who you could be. You just make a bed for it. Yeah. How many people recognize you got some beds in your life? You make a bed for it. You could have been great. You're gonna walk all day. You might as well sit down. You would be, I'm gonna be all over this place today. You would be so much further if you would grasp the God of the church you go to rather than the church of the God you worship. See, people do better about grasping church than they do grasping God. Because if you ever grasp the concept that you are not just coming to church, but you're worshiping a living Savior who is able to challenge every limitation in your life, there is no way you could hear this word and go back home and get in that same bed and still argue like you argue and fight like you fight and ride home and fuss and cuss and still be the same person that you used to be. Why are you not changing? You made a bed for it. How can you come to church and worship and raise your hand and have such a good time and then go home and be hellish and spiteful and evil and contrary and the kids don't even know that mom and dad are a Christian? How can that be possible? How could you take communion and baptism and fall out in the aisle and be slain in the spirit and never be altered? It's because you made a bed for it. And here this man is in a disconnected city. He now has a disconnected body, and he's made a bed for it, and he's laying in it. And everything in his life is present, but not connected. How many things in your life are present, but not connected? I went to bed the other night. I thought I had put my iPad on the charger, and I thought I had put it in the little slot it was supposed to go, but it wasn't pushed in there deep enough. And I got up in the morning and the thing was dead. It looked like it was there. I had everything that I needed to have power. It was present, but not connected. Yeah. This is not a man that doesn't have a body. This is not a man that is a lunatic. Everything is there. It is present, but not connected. You'd be surprised at the things that look better on the outside than they are on the inside. They are present, but not connected. You'd be surprised at the people who sleep in the same bed. Both people are there. They are present, but not connected. I hear a lot of talk about people who don't have a dad. Let me tell you, there are people who did have a dad. They were present, but not connected. Yeah, just sit right there. I'm coming right where you are. Hold tight, baby. I'm coming your way. You can smile in the camera and take the pictures and celebrate your 25th anniversary and your 28th anniversary. Talk about how many years you've been together. Everybody claps. Yeah, you live in the same house. You're present, but not connected. You'd be surprised at the women that have babies and wear the title of being a mother, and the kids know that mom lives in the house. She's present, but not connected. Stella's too busy trying to get her groove back. Stella's too busy trying to go after a career. Stella doesn't understand that there's more to being a mama than pushing out a baby. This is a full-time, lifelong job. Oh, you thought I was gonna get the men and not get the women too? The devil is a lie. There's a whole lot of women who are present, but not connected. How can you say somebody's cheating on you when you are present? Oh, and let me go a little bit deeper. I'm coming. You look at your statement every year at how much money you made, and you can't see where it went. And you know they're not lying. You actually did make the money. It was present. Anytime you have everything you need to function, but the things don't function that are in place, anytime things are in place and don't function, that is dysfunction. I might as well not plug the iPad up at all if it wasn't going to be connected. The fact that it is present and not connected means that the iPad is losing power, not because it's not present, but because it's not connected. And I'm wondering how much richer and fuller and brighter and stronger and vibrant your life would be if you would just plug up and really be connected. If you were connected with where you are right now, if you were connected with the roles you have and the rings you wear and the people you say you love and the life you want to live and the place you expect to be, if you are not connected, you are paralyzed. If you are not connected, you are dysfunctional. If you are not connected, maybe that's why you're not respected, because you can't be respected if you're not. I was just thinking about that, you know. That's what has this man laying in the bed. Now, I already told you, I hate laying in the bed. That's different. My wife said, yeah, she knows I hate laying in the bed. My wife can get in the bed. I looked in the bed. I said, something has got to be in here. Somebody, for you to be in the bed and enjoy being in the bed like that, something is going on. She'll be curled up in that bed. It's the seventh wonder of the world. I cannot stand. I get in there when I got to and I come out when I'm finished because I figure I might mess around and be in the bed soon enough, and so I'm not practicing for the nursing home. I'm gonna let it catch me by surprise. I'm just not gonna do it. I get up with no place to go. I get up tired and stumbling. And where you going? I don't know. I'm getting up out of this bed. I think I'm scared that one day I'm gonna get stuck in the bed and I'm not gonna be able to get out. How many people want out of the bed? I want to get out while I can get out, while I can move. I don't want to be rolling if I don't have to. I don't want to be pushed if you don't have to push me. I don't want you to fluff my pillow if I can fluff my own. I don't know, that's just me. I just fight like that. I just war like that. I want to live till I die. I want to run if I can run. I want to walk if I can walk. I want to leap if I can leap. And I want to fight if I can fight. Touch three people and say, function, function, function. Please, 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 do not sign up for more than you're willing to plug up. Please, I beg you, don't take a title you're not gonna do. Don't be a wife if you're not going to be married. Don't be a mama if you're not going to be a mama. Don't get married if you're not going to be a husband. Don't sign up and then be paralyzed. Don't start a business if you're not going to work it. Don't take a job if you're not going to do it. And don't volunteer for stuff if you're not going to show up. We don't need paralyzed people taking up space. Touch your neighbor and tell them God called you to function. God called you to function. In every area that you signed up for, God called you to function. God called you to function. He called you to function. He called you to function. Don't just take the title function. Oh, I got to get off that point because I like that point. I'll wear that point out. I got a secret pet peeve with all of these little boys calling themselves bishops and have no churches, calling themselves pastors and have no ministry, calling themselves evangelists and have no gift. I get sick of people wearing titles who do not function in the title they have. If you're going to take the title, do the job or shut up. That's right. That's right. I said it and I'm here to represent it. That's right. That's right. That's right. You might ought to get out of some things you signed up for if you're going to be in the choir, sing. If you're going to be a PMT, get up and put on the uniform. If you're going to be a greeter, greet somebody. Smile at somebody. If you're going to be a musician, play me a song. I am sick to death of people perpetrating that they are something that they're not demonstrating. Plug up or sit down. Hey, we'll be right back after this. I don't care what the stats say about you, and I don't even care what the doctor says about you. There are always exceptions to the rule.
Break the curse of ordinary over your life and experience the exceptional calling God has for you.
Anytime exceptional people dwell in the midst of ordinary thinking people, there's always going to be conflict. Don't try to get along with people who think ordinary. God made you to think exceptional.
For helping us reach others with your gift of any size, you will receive You Are Exceptional on CD. Just visit our website or call 1-800-BISHOP2.
I will not live up to some dead reputation. I am exceptional, a trendsetter, a rule breaker.
And when your gift is $70 or more, we will give you both messages from Exceptionalism on DVD. However, when your gift is $125 or more, we will also add the Be Still Journal and mug. Get ready to experience the exceptional today.
It does not matter where you start. It matters where you finish.
You're getting practical information from leaders that have been proven.
It refocused my thought process.
Take the vision that God has given you and take it to the next level.
Let's begin to think beyond just our tradition and our mindset.
I'm loving the out-the-box thinking.
I'm strengthened through this conference. I'm excited.
I'm going to challenge your brain to think through some things to go to the next level. Are you ready?
Get up close with TD Jakes Ministries at tdjakes.org. Connect with us anywhere, at any time.
If you haven't been hanging out with us on social media, you've been missing it. I'm there for you, ministering, sharing the word of God, encouraging you, and sometimes answering you. Yes, it's me personally. Come on over to social media. Hang out with me. I've got something for you that will really bless your life.
Talk to us on Facebook, tweet us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Connect with us today.
The person that you're touching right now in some area of their lives, their brain is sending a signal that their flesh is not carrying out. It may be in their morality. They may have a desire to do right, but weak flesh makes them do wrong. It may be in their integrity. They make promises and can't keep them. They don't like who they've become. It may be in their economy. They've got victory in their soul, but they've got hell in their finances. And they have thought 1,000 times, I'm going to do better, but they haven't been able to get out of that bed. I can assure you that God did not send me to entertain you. I didn't get out of the bed this morning to come to tickle your ears. I came to challenge your crisis. Squeeze that hand. There's a miracle in the house. I'm out of time. I've got to stop there, but it's been a real joy. It's been a real blessing to share the word of the Lord with you. I'm grateful to God for this opportunity. I'm grateful to God for you. I'm grateful for another year. As we embark on a new year, let's strengthen our faith and strengthen our focus. To our partners, let's strengthen our commitment as we go into 2014. Rededicate and refuel ourselves to that God has called us to do. May God bless you. May heaven smile upon you. I'll see you next time, right here.